Hey everyone, happy Saturday, good morning. I was in Phoenix last week and I have to say I'm still struggling a little bit to get caught up on sleep, but it was fun. So I think I'm too old to travel and do fun things for 3 days in a row. Um, but here we are, Saturday morning, time to craft. I am going to do what we lovingly call in our Chalk Couture Designer Studio stuffies. So they're just little pillows, usually shapes. I've inked on lots of pillow covers, but I've never done a stuffy. So I'm going to give it a try. I am going to use my hot glue gun, so let me turn that on. You could sew these, you could use, there's like Stitch Bond or something like that at craft stores. I don't know. I've never done this before, but I'm going to use hot glue. We'll see how it turns out. I may change my mind for the second one. But first I'm going to ink the little bunny. I'm going to turn you down so you can see what I'm doing, and then we'll attempt to put the other one together. So let me just tilt you down. If you get on, say hello. Say good morning. All right, so this was a banner for a Chalk Couture. I think it was I forget what they called it, but a hanging banner. It had like a little thing rod you could put through the top. I've decided to cut it apart, and I'm going to move this hot glue gun because it's going to ruin my stencil. And these are retired. I should have bought more. This bunny is so darn cute. But I've got enough to do like a front side. I think I have more of these, so I will look for that. Otherwise, I could use whatever fabric I want on the back. So I figured I'll just do another. I'll ink another one so you can see that process if you've not seen it before. If you're new here, say hello. And if you are not new here, but you know someone who would like to play along on Saturday morning and do some crafting, feel free to share this with them or tag them. All right, so I've got shimmer copper ink and I've got my stencil down. I rubbed all the bubbles out of it. Hopefully I did a good job. I'm just going to apply the ink and pull it down across. So what's going to happen is the ink's going to fill in where the silk screen is on the stencil. So easy peasy. You don't need a lot of pressure. You don't need a lot of ink. And if I get some of the other areas, I'm not too concerned because I'm going to cut him out anyway. So, but I'll just still try to be careful. I like to ink. You can ink pillow covers, you can ink t-shirts, you can ink tote bags, any kind of fabric, and you can also ink on glass and make it permanent. So if it's oven proof, you can bake it after you do it. So that's always fun as well. I really like our ink. It's fun. Lots of different projects you can do with it. All right, I think I've got it. And it looks pretty good. So I'm going to peel slowly so that I can see if I've missed any spots. And I did. His ear didn't come out quite right up here, so I'm just going to take a little bit more and come back and hit that spot again. And that's why it's good to peel slow so that you can then just lay your transfer back down, or your stencil back down, and get spots that didn't quite take it the first time. And I'm going to watch for comments, so yeah, if you join me, say hello. Oh boy, what is happening? I guess I didn't use enough pressure. All right, let's see. Well, I gotta fix his face. All right, we're just gonna pull and fix and keep going. And that's okay. The other one, I did one yesterday so that it could dry so we can try to put it together. And that one had a lot of spots too. That didn't come out. I'm gonna go from the bottom now, so that this doesn't dry. If you let it, ink doesn't dry as fast as the paste, but you still don't want it to like dry on top. And there's a spot here. I think we're looking pretty good now. There we go. He looks pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna set this aside. We will clean that later, and it just fell to the floor. That's all right. I'll pick it up in a second. I just want to turn him so you can see how he came out. So there he is, all inked, and we'll let him dry. I usually let ink dry overnight, but if you need to do something more quickly, you can always hit it with a hair dryer or the heating tool. But I love that you don't need our tools to do things. You can use what you have around your house, which is awesome. All right, so it looks like my glue gun is hot. Yes, I think so. Yes, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I inked him yesterday, and I folded the fabric over so that I can cut once and get them both the same. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space so that I can glue. We're just going to cut around him. So I've never actually sewn with a sewing machine. My mother used to sew, and I think my one sister took sewing in school, but I never learned, and I really wish I would have. So maybe that's something I should do this year, because I think it would be fun. Hopefully I'm leaving myself enough space. I guess we'll see. Oh, I'm out of the camera, sorry. So what I'm doing is just cutting around the little bunny shape, and I've got the fabric folded over, so I'm getting two pieces that'll be the same to put together and make like a little pillow. And the fabric's moving on me, so that's not going to be very good. I guess I should have pinned it. See, I don't sew. My sewing friends are probably like, oh, good grief, what is this woman doing? But that's okay. It'll be fine. Can always fix things. And you can see I'm not being like perfect on what space I've left myself, but that's all right. Okay. Hopefully this all works, you guys, because like I said, I have not done these before, but they always look so cute, and I thought it would be good to try. I'm all about trying new things. Yeah, see, I've moved. I should have pinned this fabric together so that it didn't move on me. That's right, live and learn, and I will, I can always go back and fix it. So, sewing friends, if you're on, give me tips, because you can see I'm struggling. Struggle, that's okay. Do you like to try new crafts? I think it's fun. I think it's good to learn new things, try new things, experiment. Things don't always come out perfect, or, you know, whatever, and that's okay. Sometimes the mistakes are happy accidents, and sometimes it turns out even better than you thought. So, what's been the hardest thing? Tell me if you're following along. What's been the hardest thing for you to learn as a crafter? And I think for me it is the letting go of perfection. But I think I'm doing better with that. Yeah, I'm very close on his ear. Yikes. All right. It's okay. It's okay. See, letting go of perfection. Just breathe. It's all good. It's all good. I just have a couple more cuts to make, and then we'll play with my other best friend, the glue gun, because you guys know how that always works for me. The glue gun and I sometimes just don't get along. All right. I'm just gonna try to round out these corners up here so it doesn't look pointy. All right, so there he is. Not perfect, but good enough for government work. And my hot glue is ready. So let's start. I'm gonna start at the bottom, I think. And I'm just gonna do a little bead of hot glue all along and press down. Now, like I said, you could definitely sew this. Probably would turn out even better. And I know, like, if you sew it inside out and then turn it, you don't see any of the edges. I'm not that concerned with it, because again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I will come back and, like, you could see this fabric moved on me and cut some of the fabric away, but that's okay. That is for later. And then, like I said, I'm just going around the edge and putting some hot glue down. And I won't close it all up because I want to stuff them. So we'll see when we get around to the other side where I stop, so that I have some room to stuff. How am I going to stuff his ears? Didn't think about that. All right. Another dilemma. Fun crafting. Always something you don't plan for. That's okay. I guess I'll start with his ears because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. And isn't that the fun of going live when you've never done something before? You never know what's going to happen. All right, I think I may stop here with the glue for now, and I'm going to give this just a second to set. And let me try this guy. Maybe I can shove it up his ears with one of my tools. All right, here we go. I think that's gonna work. Did I give myself enough room to get anything in there? We'll see. I don't know. I didn't leave myself enough space, I don't think. All right, so see, things aren't perfect and they always don't go as planned. There's failures in crafting. Oh, here we go. Got it. Maybe I just had too much of a chunk. There, that's good. Good enough, huh? So it's good to see how to learn, things not to do. So hopefully that is helpful just as much as seeing what I'm making. Learning from my mistakes could be very helpful. So, okay, the ear wasn't too bad. There isn't a lot of space, but live and learn. All right, I'm just gonna do the ear and then the rest of it should be actually, oh, there goes some glue. Should be a lot easier because it's not skinny space. If you're catching the replay, let me know what's been the hardest thing for you to learn as you've been crafting. I'd love to know. And then I'd like to share my hardest thing, which is perfection. Letting go of perfection. Okay, his ears look pretty good to me. So now I'm gonna stuff the rest of them. little bit more stuffing. What do you think, you guys? Think he's cute? He's such a cute stencil. I love his little face. He was very, very popular last year when he came out. I feel like that's enough. All right. Get my hot glue gun back. Press them down. Some no-sew stuffies on a Saturday morning. What do we think? Do we like them? Could you see? I think this would look so cute in somebody's Easter basket. Or just in a basket in your house, maybe with a little plant. Try not to burn myself. One more little spot. Oops. That's too much glue. Ah, that's hot, hot, hot. Ouchie. Okay. Just want to make sure that's closed, and then I can come back around and poke them a little bit. Probably could have used a little bit more stuffing. And I could have heat set him before I did this. I did not, because I don't think he'll need to be washed, so I did not heat set him. But you definitely could make them permanent. I'm just going to hit the side with a little bit of glue. There we go. What do you think? You like them? Let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this Saturday morning crafting edition, and I will see you next week.